It's crazy how Sokka goes from missing Princess Yue, thinking about her every day and even fantasizing about her in the spirit swamp in episode 24 to immediately trying to get back with Suki in episode 25. I mean, she just fucking died, bro. You really can't wait more than 5 episodes before you start trying to link up with your ex, nigga? God damn! But it just goes to show that no matter how special you think you are, your ass is replaceable, nigga. Anyway, let's roll the intro. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to fucking Game Analysis, bitch! The only place where an overgrown man-child with no social life critically analyzes the romantic dynamics of a fictional boy and an equally fictional girl in any given piece of media. The subject of today's analysis is going to be the one and only protector of the Southern Water Tribe himself, Sokka from Team Avatar. For the sake of brevity and inclusivity, I'm going to give an abominably compressed and non-comprehensive summary of Avatar The Last Airbender. Y'all got it? Everybody on board? Cool. Okay, so the premise of the show is that 4 different tribes can bend the 4 elements of nature, which are water, earth, fire, air, all the rest. They are mostly chill with each other, but out of nowhere, the Fire Nation starts waging war on all the other tribes. The Avatar, being an individual in every generation, chosen seemingly out of random from one of the 4 tribes to be the protector of the world with the ability to bend all 4 elements, is essentially responsible for dealing with the whole Fire Nation situation. The show follows 3 kids who are Aang, the Avatar / main character, Katara, a water bender / Aang's love interest, and Sokka, Katara's brother and designated comic relief. Their mission, if they choose to accept it, is to help Aang master all 4 elements so he can go deal with the aforementioned Fire Nation situation. So, let's get into it. In episode 4, he meets his first love, Suki, on Kyoshi Island, one of their main pit stops on their journey to the Northern Water Tribe. You see, Sokka is what you would call a conservative individual. He believes that men should do manly things and women should make food for the men doing the manly things. He prides himself on being a very manly man, as he was the sole protector of his village before he left to accompany his sister and the Avatar on their journey to the Northern Water Tribe. So, you can imagine how heavy the blow to his ego was when he got ambushed and restrained by a bunch of girls when they landed on Kyoshi Island. Over the course of the episode, he tries to repair his pride by asserting dominance over them, but he just keeps getting humiliated over and over again. Eventually, he comes back with a humble heart and begs them to teach him. Then Suki, their leader, offers to train him and he quickly starts getting the hang of it. So much so that he actually manages to destabilize her and sweep her off her feet. In more ways than one, if you know what I mean. His talking stage with Suki takes an unfortunate hiatus when Zuko, the bloodthirsty banished prince of the Fire Nation that wants to capture the Avatar, tracks them down to Kyoshi Island and starts destroying the village. So, Team Avatar has to leave in order to draw him out and save the village. But before they leave, he apologizes for treating her like a girl instead of a warrior. She says she is a warrior, but she's also a girl too, then plants a totally non-platonic kiss on his cheek and they say goodbye. Fast forward all the way to episode 18 and Team Avatar has made it to the Northern Water Tribe, so now Aang and Katara can learn their water bending from a real master. It's here that Sokka meets his second romantic interest, Princess Yue, and just like Aang in episode 1, the moment he has a chance to talk to her, he immediately asks her out on a date.
So it looks like I'm gonna be in town for a while. I'm thinking maybe we could do an activity together?
Mans!
Do an activity? Very smooth.
I'm telling you, this Team Avatar boys are in the top percentile range for confidence because god damn, bro, this nigga's not fucking playing. When was the last time any of you watching this shit met a girl and immediately asked her out on a date? Exactly. Never. I mean, neither have I, but that's besides the point. The next day, he runs into her on the street. They make small talk about the night before and Sokka says this.
Boy, your dad sure knows how to throw a party.
I'm happy you enjoyed yourself.
Well, it wasn't as much fun after you left.
That's what I'm fucking talking about, nigga. Confidence. Fucking confidence. The best part about his night was his conversation with Princess Yue and he's not afraid to fucking say it. Bro doesn't give a fuck if she felt the same way or not. He just said it and she reacted accordingly. And the funny thing is, little things like that are exactly what women like to hear. But most guys are just too fucking scared to communicate honestly these days. Then like a fucking gangster, bro immediately doubles down on reinforcing the idea of them spending more time together and she immediately matches his energy.
So, I'm still hoping we can see more of each other.
Do an activity, you mean?
Yes! Yes! At a place. For some time.
I'd love to. I'll meet you on that bridge tonight.
Great!
They meet up for a date and she's not really in a cheerful mood anymore, so she runs away without an explanation and leaves him in the wind. Obviously, bro thinks she has lost interest in him and Sokka, being a W-mans, knows better than to chase a girl who no longer has interest in you. So, the next day, he goes to end things with her, but she ends up kissing him and now everybody is confused.
I'll see you around, okay? Okay, now I'm really confused.
Yeah, you and me both, pal. She explains that she actually likes him a lot, but she can't be with him because she's engaged, then immediately runs away again. And as if she wasn't bipolar enough, in the very next episode, she's just casually going on a walk with Sokka now. So it's either Sokka's game is top tier or this bitch is actually crazy. But in classic UA fashion, she starts feeling guilty again, so Sokka catches her right before she has the chance to run off again and takes her for a joyride on Appa, which by the way is the flying bison that Timothy used to fly around the world. This is a good move on multiple levels because it simultaneously relieves her of her anxiety and shows her a different side of life that she has never experienced before, and it's also a big ass flex on Sokka's part. They share a moment but pull away right before the kiss because of the infidelity of it all, and then the Fire Nation attacks, cutting their date short. Sokka tries to get her to safety but she gets emotional again. He tries to calm her nerves by telling her that they're just friends, even though we all know that's fucking bullshit. But she proclaims that she likes him too much and being around him is too confusing. Then she runs off once again, leaving Sokka in the fucking wind. God, if I had $1 for every time this girl threw a fit and ran off, I mean I'd have just $3, but you get my point. Admiral Zhao, this guy who's chasing the Avatar as well and leading the current invasion on the Northern Water Tribe, eventually makes it to the center of the tribe and kills the moon spirit. You see, without the moon, waterbenders can't really manipulate their element and the world will be thrown out of balance, so suffice it to say, something needs to be done. And apparently, Princess Yue was supposed to die when she was born, but the moon spirit gave her life, so now a piece of it lives within her. In an attempt to resurrect it, she gives her life to save the moon spirit. Her mortal body vanishes for some reason. She comes back as a glowing spirit, plants a fat, totally non-platonic kiss on Sokka's lips and vanishes into the night, again leaving Sokka in the fucking wind. That fucking melodramatic babe. We skip about 12 episodes ahead. Timothy has found an earth-bending teacher for Aang and Appa has been kidnapped. They need to travel to Ba Sing Se to deliver some pivotal information concerning the world to the Earth King and potentially locate Appa as he was sold to some merchants in the city. Because of their newly found lack of air support due to Appa's displacement, they have to travel on foot through a dangerous path and they end up running into Suki along the way. Throughout their journey, Sokka is incredibly overprotective of her, so she confronts him about it at night. He then tells her how he lost someone he cares about at the North Pole and never want that happen again. She tries to kiss him but he pulls away and tells her he can't do it. So I guess I should have given him more credit in the intro of the video, but then again, most of you would have just clicked off if I hadn't spazzed out the way I did. Now, Sokka is clearly still heavily traumatized by Princess Yue's sacrifice and is currently unable to allow himself to be with another because of some sense of guilt and obligation to the memory of the love that they shared. You know, however short-lived might have, and he kissed her.
You talk too much.
Well, he got over that trauma pretty quickly. Now, the kiss happens at the end of the episode as she's about to separate from the team. But with temporal context, it's barely been 24 hours since the time he told her he couldn't kiss her. So, I guess what I said in the intro is pretty much still valid. No matter how special you think you are completely replaceable and life will go on without you. I'm sure Sokka still cares heavily for Yue, but that bitch is dead, bro, and there's a different bitch standing right in front of him right now. I'd be pissed if he didn't plant a fat one on her lips right before she left. They separate again because Suki only came along to make sure they made it through the path safely and she returns back to her team. She and the rest of the Kyoshi warriors end up running into Azula in the episode where we get a retrospective of what happened to Appa after he was abducted. The Kyoshi warriors are defeated and captured, then Azula and her friends go on to impersonate them in an attempt to sneak into Ba Sing Se and manipulate the Earth King in episode 38. Cut all the way to episode 54 and Team Avatar is failed in the attempt to take down the Fire Lord on the day of the eclipse, leading to all the men who fought with them getting captured, including Sokka's dad. Zuko is now on their team as Aang's firebending teacher, so Sokka enlists his help to help him rescue his dad from prison. On getting there, he finds Suki and they share a very big, very long lost lovers adjacent kiss. So it's pretty much safe to say that these guys are practically dating at this point. Their story sort of remains stagnant as the series draws closer and closer towards the end. After Sokka rescues her and her dad from the Boiling Rock, the prison where his dad was held, she essentially becomes another member of Team Avatar. She follows them to watch the play at Ember Island. She parties with them at the beach. She participates in their training when Aang starts preparing to face the Fire Lord again. She helps them take down the airship when the comet arrives. And it's even implied that she and Sokka get freaky from time to time in episode 56. Unlike Aang and Katara, their story has a bit of an anticlimactic end to it because they essentially started dating from the moment they met and just continue to pick up back where they left off each time they reunited. It also doesn't help that we never had enough time to see them go through some tension and friction like Aang and Katara did, seeing as how they're just more or less supporting characters. So there's no real big payoff for them at the end. Really makes me wonder if moving forward, game analysis videos are going to be better suited for main characters of any given piece of media. But game analysis literally just started, so some trial and error is bound to happen at this point. But overall, Sokka did a good job in my opinion. He was confident, assertive, and he always protected his women whenever they were in trouble. Unlike Aang, at every opportunity he got, he made sure he was giving her authentic romantic attention they so desperately needed, and just ended up maintaining a healthy relationship with Suki throughout the show. And that's about it. Yep, video is over. Subscribe to the Patreon for access